is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 645 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 50, Big 50 of NGW TV. The very final episode before this Friday's homebound event that kicks off Ascendance 7 weekend. Woo! We are finally here, and an action-packed card, as always, going to get started with some six-man tag team competition. All six of these superstars involved in the announced 8-pack challenge that will take place at Homebound for the Rising Star Championship. Blake Virtue most certainly going to have his work cut out for him, and not just at Homebound, but here tonight as well, because a little bit later on in our co-main event, he goes one-on-one with arch rival Charlie Garfield in an anything goes match. But first, momentum on the line as Brett Curtis, Sage Autumn, and Justin Gates take on Johnny Respawn, DC, and Jay Young. Just last week here on NGW TV, we saw the team of Respawn and Young work very well together in knocking off Corrosion. And we now know that this Friday at Homebound, Corrosion will be taking on the unlikely team of Jaquan Shea and Dante Tatum. Will they have the same luck? We'll have to wait to see, but looking at these six right here, I could imagine any one of them leaving Homebound as the new Rising Star champion. But to be completely honest, I'm not counting out Blake Virtue. I know a lot of people are, but I most certainly will not be doubting him, the run he's been on as champion. One thing is for sure, though, Homebound is going to be, as the kids these days would say, absolutely litty. Just like our main event here tonight will be, it is Loser Leaves NGW. Ken Donahue putting his foot down, Tailcoat Val versus Akira, and if Akira wins, she will also be added to that number one contenders match at Homebound, giving her the final spot. She'll join Amy Winters, Danielle Davis, and Riley Van Wilson, who have already qualified. But could the reign of terror finally come to an end right here tonight? Tailcoat Val's career at stake, as is Akira's. Let's not forget that. We know that Val always has a trick up her sleeve, so I certainly hope that the baddest bitch in NGW is prepared. As prepared as one can be, anyhow, for someone like Tailcoat Val. How are you all doing on this fine Sunday evening? I certainly hope well. Thanks for joining me. Brett Curtis, just last week here on NGW TV, went one-on-one with one of his two partners here tonight in Justin Gates. Great match the two of them had, with Brett Curtis coming out on top. Afterwards, the two of them shook hands. I also saw them backstage a little bit earlier, kind of conversing in a corner. It seems like perhaps Curtis is going to take Justin Gates under his wing. But Brett Curtis at Homebound knows that it is every man for himself, and he knows that it could be his last chance. All season long, he has been chasing singles championship gold, the former NGW tag team champion, but failed attempts to become NGW champion, and more recently in Toronto, answering Blake Virtue's open challenge, and the two of them going to war. Obviously, in the end, Virtue retaining, but Curtis has got himself another shot. Something tells me he won't let this one slip through his fingers. Sage Autumn is a very interesting piece of the puzzle. He's been at war with Blake Virtue for these past couple of months, and he holds a singles victory over the Rising Star champion, but also a couple of weeks ago, Blake Virtue got that win back by defeating the one-eyed man with the championship at stake. So much like Brett Curtis, Sage Autumn is looking for redemption at Homebound. Blake Virtue has got a massive target painted on his back as champion. And that will never be more evident than at Homebound in an 8-pack challenge, where he'll have to defend his title against 7 of the best that NGW has to offer. And let's remember, an 8-pack challenge is elimination, meaning only by pinfall or submission in the ring can a superstar be eliminated, and it is last man standing that leaves as champion. So Blake Virtue is quite literally going to have to get through all 7 of his challengers to remain champion. Last but not least here for team number 1, the dark horse of the 8-pack challenge for sure, the undisputed future Justin Gates, exploding onto the scene here at NGW a little over a month ago by defeating the current NGW champion, Ace Reeves. Recent weeks, he's not had so much luck, as I mentioned before, taking the L to Brett Curtis last week, but from the ashes of that defeat, it seems as though an alliance has been formed. And even though the 8-pack challenge will indeed be every man for himself, that doesn't mean you can't work together to try and thin the herd. I'm sure we'll see a lot of that. A formidable trio in Brett Curtis, Sage Autumn, and Justin Gates. But they could be in for a rude awakening. The video game come to life. Johnny Respawn has got the support of the NGW universe. And him and Jay Young, these last couple of weeks, proving that they are a team to be reckoned with. Knocking off Corrosion last week, and the pals of General Manager Ken Donahue being rewarded for their loyalty, getting into the 8-pack challenge. But Johnny Respawn also has a claim because he defeated Blake Virtue in a non-title match not too long ago. Almost out of place amongst these 6 superstars, the massive DC, who is by far the biggest man who will take part in the 8-pack challenge at Homebound. But don't let his size fool you, because he could rival someone like Johnny Respawn in terms of speed and agility. DC truly is the total package. And he just might be my pick, if I can be biased for a moment. I think DC's time has come. I think he knows it as well. And finally, the TV dream. Jay Young, what a story he's had this season. Came in not so hot. Loss after loss, but in the last few months, the technical machine has proven that he has what it takes to be one of the top stars here in NGW. Just last week, he knocked off former Rising Star champion Antonio Valesca. Let's not forget his tag team victory in Toronto. Jay Young, momentum-wise, could be a favorite to put your money on. So here we go, 6-man tag team action to get things underway here on NGW TV, episode 50. With Homebound this Friday, the biggest show in NGW history, kicking off Ascendance 7 weekend. Jawbreaker by Respawn as he starts things off against Brett Curtis. Tries to go for a back elbow, nice block by Respawn into a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Also tonight, guys, Danielle Davis going to be going one-on-one with Piper Fox. That could easily steal the show. We all know the main event of Homebound this Friday, history in the making, as it will be Piper Fox versus Sunny Ante for the NGW Women's Championship. Fox on the hunt for that last bit of momentum before facing off against her rival. What promises to be an unforgettable collision. Irish whip. Brett Curtis out onto the apron. Tagged here to DC. In comes the big man. Immediately goes right after Curtis. Arm drag to take him down. A little bit later on tonight, going to see the NGW Tag Team Champions in action. Black Magic been sitting back these last few weeks watching the NGW Tag Team title tournament unfold, and it came to an end last week with the Prestige knocked off French Pride to earn a title shot this Friday at Homebound. So now Black Magic looking to send their own message as they'll be up against French Pride. Kind of a look at what could have been. A hot tag to Justin Gates. DC turning his back. A rookie mistake. You think DC would be learning. Not only has he been in NGW for a minute, but also been under the tutelage of Jaquan Shea lately. What a great dropkick that was by Justin Gates, by the way. Short arm clothesline. Haven't seen much of Jaquan Shea around DC recently because he's had his own problems to deal with in the form of corrosion. Beaten down week after week after week. Him and Dante Tatum forming a very uneasy alliance to try and take down Tailcoat Val's puppets this Friday. Now it's DC who's looking for the hot tag off of that German suplex. Nearly able to get it, but Justin Gates does a good job of stopping him. And there's the cockiness of the self-proclaimed undisputed future. Now a stomp down onto the hand. And a stomp to the shoulder. Grabs that headband. DC sent into the corner. Not a place that he wants to be. Turned around. Up on the top rope. Mamma mia, I hope this ring is reinforced. Justin Gates with a shot to the jaw. What is he doing? Hang on a minute. Spanish fly from the High Red District. Incredible. Only a one count as Jay Young breaks the pin. Immediately pays for it, though, with a German suplex. I'm not too sure what Sage Autumn is doing. He's trying to help out. DC reeling. Still after that top rope Spanish fly. Justin Gates wanting a tag, but the main event not here for it. On the rebound now, sent into the corner. All 300 plus pounds set into the corner. Justin Gates escapes from the outside, but there's Johnny Respawn to meet him with a Russian leg sweep. Tag made to Jay Young. Justin Gates is in a bad part of town right now. The continued teamwork of Johnny Respawn and Jay Young. DDT leaving Gates wide open for Jay Young to now capitalize, but an elbow to the knee, dodges the forearm smash, back elbow. Sent some teeth flying, I'm pretty sure. Heel kick by Justin Gates, who tries to follow it up with a stomp. Forearm smash barrage, spinning soul kick. My God. Just unleashing. Shot after shot after shot. Gates looking like he's just about in La La Land right now. Eyes glazed over. Count of 9. The superstars we know have until 20 to get back into the ring now. 10. Jay Young intent on knocking Justin Gates' head off, it would seem. How many forearm smashes has he hit in the last few minutes? Justin Gates, though, knowing where he is, hot tag to Brett Curtis. Sage Autumn seems to be getting upset that nobody will tag him in. Brett Curtis chucked to the outside as Young tags in Johnny Respawn. And as the match started now, perhaps it will end. Jumps to the outside to collect him. Collar elbow tie up though. Brett Curtis overpowering the smaller Respawn, just throwing him to the ground. Gets out of the way. Stomp to the quad. Perhaps a reverse DDT. Elbow to the gut into a vertical suplex. Brett Curtis so dangerous. Samoan drop? Maybe not. 3 elbows to the jaw. Brett Curtis has no choice but to release. Respawn from his clutches. Got a DDT that would scramble any normal man's brains. Gates just now back to his feet as he rushes to the apron. Maybe too little too late. Leg drop to the inside of the knee. Respawn turning to this crowd, who are 110% behind him. Picked up into a seated position. The neck crank being worked by Johnny, throwing him down to the canvas. Piss and vinegar with that one. Curtis now going to show everybody just how egotistical he is. Instead of trying to win this match, would more prefer to get into the head of his opponent and say that he's better than them, rather than showing it. Drop on the top rope, sternum first, and especially after that bicycle knee. Johnny Respawn looking up at the lights. Finally, Sage Autumn is tagged in. These two, of course, no strangers. Sage Autumn, who defeated Johnny Respawn in that #1 contenders match last month to receive the shot at Blake Virtue a few weeks ago. Jawbreaker. Distance created. Tries to go for a discus forearm smash. Respawn just chucks him through the air. Now a couple of stomps to the knee, because why not? Jawbreaker. Autumn full steam ahead, but Respawn's got an answer for everything he's throwing at him. Corner we go. No sign of stopping. This is that clothesline. Got all of that turnbuckle. Hangman's neck breaker. How quick is Johnny Respawn in the blink of an eye, man? He can have you dead to rights, busted open with that elbow and the modified Michinoku driver. 1, 2. Not exactly sure if that was Jay Young who broke up the pin or if Johnny Respawn kicked out. It doesn't matter. Hot tag to DC. Clothesline to Autumn. Jay Young, while referee Poe is down, dispatching of Brett Curtis. Sage Autumn going off the ropes. Rear end. He's still not finished though. Senton onto the chest. Sage Autumn ain't exactly the biggest guy in the world, but that's still a lot of weight just coming down. on top of you. Fisherman suplex in the works. DC sets himself free, though. That is some strength right there. Airplane spin, 300 plus pounds in the air, being twirled around and around and around again. Quick break. Sage Autumn right back to it. I wish I would have started a count. Jesus, that's got to be near 20 times. And then just drops him back. Autumn collapsing into the pin. One. Able to even find a 2 count, though. Seems like Sage Autumn and Justin Gates are arguing over who can get hands on Jay Young. And in that confusion, Johnny Respawn tagged in, inverted Dragon Run on an elbow to the gut, knee to follow it up. May have just sucked all of the air right out of Respawn. Blue Thunderbomb, super kick. This is just a taste of what we're going to get this Friday at Homebound in the 8-Pack Challenge. Gets off that clothesline. Grabs the hair. Full Nelson turned into a reverse DDT. Respawn's got nothing left. Middle of the ring, just collapsing into the cover, but remembering to hook the leg. Got a very close 2 count. To the neck crank. Yet again. Boot to the side of the head. Johnny Respawn escaping from the corner. Hurricane Rana. And that positioning leads Johnny Respawn to the top rope. Caution to the win. No one does it better. The video game come to life. Shooting star breath. 1, 2, 3. Respawn with the dub for his team. An epic collision between these 6 superstars. You saw that replay of the Spanish fly off the top rope, courtesy of Justin Gates to DC. And now we head into Homebound, where these 6 men will be on their own, joined by Charlie Garfield and, of course, champion Blake Virtue. The Rising Star title will be at stake. Who's going to be the last man standing? But for now, a celebration definitely earned for these 3 superstars. Sorry about that. Had to fix my phone. Went all wonky for a minute. Coming up next, though, we are going to see Danielle Davis one-on-one with Piper Fox. As I said before, this could easily steal the show tonight. Both of these women have big opportunities coming their way Friday at Homebound. Danielle Davis, of course, qualifying for the #1 contenders match by defeating Akira a couple of weeks ago. She's joining Amy Winters and Riley Van Wilson. The 4th spot may be filled later on in our main event tonight. The Tailcoat Val versus Akira match. Loser leaves NGW, but also if Akira wins, she will get that 4th and final spot. but it's the main event of Homebound that has all eyes on it. History in the making, as Sunny Octave will defend her NGW Women's Championship against her arch rival and Piper Fox, a match that has been building all season long. The wars that Octave and Fox have waged against one another. Fox on the shelf for 3 months with a neck injury inflicted on her by Octave, but came back and earned her shot at the championship by defeating Danielle Davis in Toronto. Davis's chance to get that win back right here, right now, and continue to prove why she is the next big thing in the NGW Women's Division. But seems as though we are going to have a guest at ringside, Sunny Octave, with a last attempt at getting in the head of Piper Fox, as if she doesn't already have a permanent residence there, and vice versa. Look at Danielle Davis. She's ready to get this one on, man. Danielle Davis knows that if things had gone just a little bit differently, it'd be she taking on Sunny Octave in the main event of Homebound for that women's championship. But Piper Fox busted her behind to get off that shelf, rehabilitate her neck, and come for that championship that she never got a rematch for, and she was perfectly fine earning it in Toronto, and she did. Here we go, a rematch from NGW Checkpoint Toronto, Danielle Davis and Piper Fox. What a match it was then. I'm sure they will not disappoint tonight. Collar double tie-up to get things started as Octave watches very closely from ringside. I don't think there's much she doesn't know about Piper Fox, and the same can be said the other way around, but can never be too safe. Sunny Octave is doing the right thing here, if you ask me. You can never underestimate your opponent, especially someone like Piper Fox, who is so dangerous with those strikes of hers. More specifically, the knees. Sunny Octave does not want to see herself going to sleep. Neither does Danielle Davis, who gets hung up on the top rope with that stun gun, and then a kick right to the back. And speaking of knees, Fox, bam, to the face, and then a discus clothesline takes her off her feet. Davis is already forced to retreat, rolling out onto the apron. Picking herself up. Piper Fox going to charge. A little bit off center, though. Danielle Davis goes for a punch and also misses. Now, where's Fox going? Careful. Doesn't want to get... Look at that. Did you see? Sunny Octave just tried to grab at Piper Fox. Referee Poe better keep his eyes open. We just saw that Octave would have no problem trying to cost Piper Fox this match and some momentum heading into Homebound. Drop toe hold into a modified STF. Danielle Davis gets an opening, fires off the elbow to the lip. Kick to the midsection, running bulldog by Danielle Davis. Takes her by the shoulders. Off to the center of the ring and going after that arm, trying to tear it right off. We'll recall what it took for Piper Fox to defeat Danielle Davis in Toronto. Locked in that cross-face chicken wing of hers. Danielle Davis did not tap, but she did pass out. Fox was able to pin her for the 1, 2, and 3. Fox not going into this one blind, though. Slide headlock. Hands on her hips. Strutting her stuff. Sunny Octave looking on like, shake my goddamn head. Another kick to the back. Takes that arm, smacks it off the mat. Now goes out to the leg, slips her over. Tying her up. Oh, man! Both of her kneecaps could have been so easily shattered right there. These kicks in the back and a knee to the face. Piper Fox is not holding back, and she can't afford to. Super kick to the knee, looking to set up that Shining Wizard. Danielle Davis, though, wherewithal to see it coming. Miss Sunny Octave doing that ringside there. The NGW Women's Champion. She's going under the bottom of the ring. She just threw in a steel chair, guys. I don't think either Danielle Davis or Piper Fox have seen it. That modified STF was locked in again. Back suplex, Sunny Octave attempting to distract referee Poe, but Danielle Davis didn't go for the chair. Danielle Davis not going to play around like that. I think there's some mutual respect between her and Piper Fox. Sunny Octave trying to get between it. What's this bite? Danielle Davis, oh, sliding forearm smash to the chest. Hooks the leg as she gets back into the ring. One. Only a one count, though. Danielle Davis looking over at Sunny Octave, eyes wide. Referee Poe's got the steel chair in hand. Is he going to use it? What's he doing? Fox turning a kick to the midsection into a German suplex. So crafty. Double D on that apron. Knocked to the outside unceremoniously, and Piper Fox, what is she doing here? The #1 contender. Oh my God! Went for a missile dropkick, but missed. Thankfully, it seems like she's okay. Immediately got back up to her feet. No signs of permanent damage. Let's keep a close eye on her as this match continues, though. Trying to make up for her mishap. German suplex. The neck of Danielle Davis crunching off of those mats. That lie on top of that concrete again. Count of 7. Danielle Davis doesn't want a neck injury of her own. Back into the ring. Kick to the gut. Goes for a clothesline. Back suplex. Danielle Davis left wide open, and Piper Fox has had enough. It is time to go to sleep. Bare knee to the face. Thanks for coming, Danielle Davis. 1, 2, no! Piper Fox looking around. Jaw dropped. Can't believe it. She experienced this very same resolve in Toronto. Danielle Davis not the type to go down easy. These back suplexes are going to catch up to Danielle Davis sooner rather than later. She's got to do something and big, fast, to turn the tide of this one. Piper Fox is loving this modified STF. Davis continues to find ways out of it. Gets off that kick. Standing, jumping bulldog. To the top rope. Danielle Davis could be looking for the glow. Go! Oh, Piper Fox. The ring general sensed it. And another GTS. 1. Are you kidding me? What the hell? Sunny Octave just dragged referee Poe out of the ring. What would have been a 3 count? How is Poe not ejecting her? Piper Fox knew this was going to happen, though. She's trying to stay focused. Back elbow to Danielle Davis in the corner. Wobbles out to the center of the ring on spaghetti legs. Keeps trying to go for that super kick to set up the Shining Wizard. Running Bulldog by Danielle Davis. Now going to the corner. Fox doesn't see it coming, or maybe she does. Playing possum. The Tornado Enziguri gets evaded. Face first off that top turnbuckle. Thrown into the middle rope. Triangle drop kick. And to the top rope, Piper Fox goes. Knee drop. Danielle Davis. I don't know if that's so wise, looking right into the face of Piper Fox. And Fox responds with a third GTS. 1, 2. How? Fox striking the canvas in frustration. I don't even think Sonny Octave can understand how Danielle Davis is keeping herself alive at this point. Forearm smash, getting back into the ring. Irish whip to the corner. Hesitating as she approaches Fox. Mini body splash. Oh! Springboard elbow drop. I like that. Back to the arm. Sonny Octave has to love what she's seeing there, because it could mean a lasting injury heading into homebound. That's why Octave is out here. The Tornado Enziguri this time finds its mark, guys. Hooks the leg to Danielle Davis. 1, 2. But if you thought Danielle Davis was resilient, you ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to Piper Fox. But look at that positioning, Danielle Davis. Oh man, she got up there too slow. Piper Fox beginning to move around. May have unknowingly just saved this match for herself. Because if Danielle Davis hits that globo, there's a pretty good chance that this one's going to be over and done with. Tries to kick out the knee. Danielle Davis backing Fox into the corner. Another body splash. Worked so well the first time. Got that springboard elbow drop. Kind of like a mini globo, if you will. Jawbreaker. Distance between them closed. Piper Fox gets the Shining Wizard. Hooks the leg. Uno, dos, tres. Piper Fox puts this one away once and for all. Man, what a match. I think that exceeded their Toronto showdown. And despite all of the attempts by Sonny Octave in that match to get Danielle Davis to use shenanigans against Piper, it didn't work. And no hard feelings between these two. A handshake. Danielle Davis looks to become #1 contender. Piper Fox looks to become NGW Women's Champion this Friday at Homebound. After that 5-star banger, the show continues on. Up next, Cam Harris, who is set to challenge Ace Reeves for the NGW Championship this Friday at Homebound, with his business advocate, Bad Boy Bill Wild, backing him, hoping to send a message to Ace Reeves and use Danger Cat to do so. This has the potential to be an unforgettable bout. No doubt. Knowing the abilities and how similar they are between these two, it's really going to be a perfect test for Cam Harris because Danger Cat also shares a lot of the same attributes with Ace Reeves. We saw last week right here on NGW TV, Reeves had his back against the wall when he was up against the bad boy Bill Wild one-on-one, and after numerous interferences, referee Poe actually ejected Harris, sent him to the back, and we got a surprisingly very back-and-forth match. I didn't think it was going to be so good, to be completely honest with you, between Wild and Ace Reeves, but in the end, Reeves did knock off the bad boy. And now he is ready as one can be for someone the likes of the Sin City Savior at Homebound. Cam Harris, an NGW mainstay, former Rising Star champion, finding himself in the position that he's in. Because as he'll tell you himself, the only reason Ace Reeves is NGW champion is because of Cam Harris. Last month that Harris defeated Tenra, who was NGW champion at the time, and Reeves afterwards, seeing his opening to cash in the Magnificent Six contract and then beat Tenra himself to become champion. Week after that, in a tag team match, Cam Harris beat Ace Reeves again. We were supposed to see a number one contenders match between Joseph Santos and Cam Harris, but with everything that went down between Santos and Tenra, General Manager Ken Donahue deciding to award number one contendership to Cam Harris. And even though I don't appreciate his attitude, and I don't agree that the only reason Ace Reeves is champion is because of Cam Harris, I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve the shot. And I'm looking forward to Harris versus Reeves at Homebound for the NGW Championship. But Reeves is one of the fastest superstars I have ever seen in that ring, and his nickname holds true, the Gravity Manipulator. He does things that, well, to put it bluntly, a human should not be able to. And the same can be said about Danger Cat, who also ain't coming out here alone, backed by GC. Danger Cat gotta know what an opportunity has fallen into his lap here tonight. If he can take down the number one contender, very well find himself next in line. So here we go, Cam Harris, Danger Cat, mano y mano. There's still a lot to get to here tonight on NGW TV number 50. Gonna see Janet Tor one-on-one with Amy Winters, guys, and Winters' spot in the number one contenders match this Friday at Homebound is actually going to be on the line. We can see quite a shakeup take place depending on the outcome of that one. Clean breaks between Harris and Danger Cat to get things underway, feeling each other out. We also got the NGW Tag Team Champions Black Magic going up against French Pride in preparation for the Prestige this Friday. Charlie Garfield and Rising Star Champion Blake Virtue in an Anything Goes match. And in our main event, it is loser leaves NGW Tailcoat Val and Akira. We're going to be losing one of them. I hope it's Tailcoat Val, but no, I'm not supposed to say that kind of stuff. Can you blame me for what Tailcoat Val's been doing to NGW these last couple of months? I don't think there's a single person rooting for Tailcoat Val in our main event. And Akira is a tough person to, be on the side of. She's not the most likable person, in the world, but she's got my support tonight. Back into the ring these two go after a short brawl on the outside. Air raid siren. Cam Harris grabbing the ears, throwing wildly Irish whip. Kind of match that Harris really can't afford to lose. Ace Reeves is watching from the back on the monitor, keeping a close eye on the Sin City Savior. Cam Harris has built up a lot of momentum this past month. It would be a shame for him to lose it all, but Danger Cat, he might not look the part. I wouldn't blame you for thinking otherwise, but he's a high-caliber opponent. That age-old adage of don't judge a book by its cover, because Danger Cat is one of the best that NGW has to offer today. And back body drop out of the ring, but bad boy Bill Wild doing what he's paid to do. Throws in that steel chair. And unlike Danielle Davison last match, I don't think Cam Harris will have much of a problem using that steel chair to his advantage. Harris checking on his facial features. He's a very handsome man. It would be a shame if he... What is this? Super kick to the knee. Oh my God! Panama Sunrise! Cam Harris into the pin. Only gets a 1 count? Are you kidding me? Yo, if Harris could just pull something like that out of nowhere, imagine what else he's got up his sleeve. Knee to the side of the head of Hangman's neck breaker. This is why Cam Harris can't be slept on. Steel chair, still lying very ominously. Danger Cat with a leg drop bulldog. Flip it up to his feet, hits that shining wizard. Going hard in the motherfucking paint. Danger Cat off the ropes. The kitty is looking to pounce. Such force he hits that. Cam Harris flying back, shoots the half, hooks the leg. 1. Just nearly got the 2 count. Staying on top. Cam Harris like a monkey on a cupcake. Hits the dab. Cam Harris is most certainly a hater. And into the corner, Danger Cat goes. We all know what he's setting up for here. 9 lives. No! Cam Harris with a knee to the midsection. And brings him right into the jackpot. Just like that. Cam Harris has you beat. 1, 2. The Danger Cat keeping himself afloat. Drifting into that deep end, but his head is still above the water. Going to the top rope. Danger Cat has gotten to his feet, but seems as though he's still sleeping. Ooh! Cam Harris more than just a pretty face. That top rope arm drag. Forearm smash. Forearm smash again. Catchphrase. Can't catch a break. The feline fatale. No rest for the wicked. Another arm drag attempted. Danger Cat seen it coming this time though. Sweeps the legs, jawbreaker, tit for tat. Calf kick. Connecting. Jawbreaker does as well. Inverted hero slam. Danger Cat getting all of the canvas on that exchange. Cam Harris, we've seen this before. The People's Moonsault. That's actually what he used to defeat Tenra last month. 1, 2, 3, and it does the same to Danger Cat here tonight. Cam Harris as ready as can be for Ace Reeves this Friday at Homebound. What promises to be an epic collision. Guys, I can't tell you how excited I am for this weekend. It all kicks off on Friday with the biggest show in NGW history, Homebound, where the main event will be history in the making. Piper Fox challenges Sunny Octave for the NGW Women's Championship and a whole lot more. But let's not forget that Ascendance 7, the grandest stage of them all, Saturday and Sunday, but may be just on Sunday. I'm not too sure yet. I'll make sure to update you all and have a final decision in these next couple of days. It's either going to be day 1 on Saturday and day 2 on Sunday, or both parts on Sunday. More than likely that, but again, once I know for sure, I will fill y'all in. It's going to be a weekend to remember. Which of these two ladies is going to be going to Homebound, because Amy Winters has got her spot in the number 1 contenders match that she earned a few weeks ago, victorious in that fatal 4-way, at stake against Janet Tour, her former ally. Amy Winters had NGW Women's Champion Sunny Octave one-on-one last week, and it was Janet Tour who came out attacking the leader of Standard. I guess she wanted to make her departure from the group very clear rather than sending a postcard or anything. And most definitely she did. And now she's got an opportunity to take that spot from Amy, make it her own. I think that Janet Tour realized she was on a sinking ship. Standard came together to try and, well, in their own words, cleanse NGW of the unworthy, but Riley Van Wilson and pals made that objective not so easy. Loss after loss after loss. I don't think the Standard got a single win together. And so Tour said, yeah, I'm out of here. Jumped on off. And is now branching out on her own. Looks to get her singles career started by taking down the former 2-time Women's Intercontinental Champion and adding insult to injury by stealing her spot in the number 1 contenders match at Homebound. Amy Winters feeling what it's like to be on the receiving end of a betrayal. Karma came back to bite her. Well, this one's getting started, guys. Oh, man! Referee Poe getting knocked down inadvertently. Such vitriol between these two that they couldn't contain themselves. I don't even know if this match is officially underway. Janet Tour letting Amy Winters out of the corner. forward sweep. I was mentioning before, though, that Amy Winters found out firsthand what karma is all about, because it was not too long ago she took that dagger, drove it into the back of Riley Van Wilson. I guess it was her turn to find out what betrayal tastes like, when Janet Tor did the exact same thing last week, forearm smash in the corner. Referee Poe is now back up to his feet. Seems as though he is okay, and this one's going to continue as scheduled. He could have called for the bell again and thrown this out via disqualification, but Poe is a trooper. He's a tough son of a gun. Remember, Amy Winter's spot and the #1 contenders match at Homebound is on the line. If Janet Tor wins, she will be added to that match. Winters will be taken out. The final spot still to be filled later on tonight in our main event. Tailcoat Val versus Akira. Loser leaves NGW. If Akira is victorious, she will get the 4th and final placement in that Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match that is scheduled for this Friday at Homebound. Side headlock by the Killer Queen. Squeezing. Now releases both of them back to their feet. Ran right into the arms of Janet Tor. Chopped her down and to the sternum. Amy Winters recruited Janet Tor for her ruthlessness, but now that has come full circle. I don't think she ever expected to be on the receiving end of it. Laner attempts a diving shoulder thrust. Winters, though, the veteran, with a pendulum dropkick, double boots. Right up under the chest, hooks the leg, 1. Down into the side headlock, Amy Winters utilizing a strategy to take things nice and slow against Janet Tor, which is a smart move if you ask me. Someone like Tor, you don't want to let her get going, because then she becomes almost impossible to stop. Punch counters the outer whip Tor. Remember the block, Winters coming up on her 6. Takes the leg. Oh my, just whipped her across the ring. Takes a hold of the leg, 1. Soccer ball kick. Amy Winters pissed off. Things have not been going her way this season. Losing to Riley Van Wilson inside of the steel cage in Toronto. The one success she's had recently is earning her spot in the #1 contenders match, victorious in that Fatal 4-Way a few weeks ago. And now even that is in jeopardy. No more friends to back her up. Janet Tor striking out on her own. Who knows where the Sparkle twins are? They haven't been seen in a couple of weeks. And they certainly haven't said anything regarding what Tor did last week, but Tor made it very clear that she's no friend of the Sparkles either. Amy Winters with a desperate attempt, springboarding off the ropes, but overshot. Russian leg sweep, simple but effective. And Tor finding it difficult at this point in the match to get back to her feet. That means she's got to end this sooner rather than later. The longer this one goes on, the more it's probably going to benefit someone like Amy Winters. Oh, Mountain, those elbows just got through clean. Snaps the arm over the shoulder. Janet Tor, though, fires back with a punch in the pec. Overhand. Goes low. Double leg takedown. Almost puts her right through the goddamn mat. Stomps away at the hand. Middle of the ring. The human body not meant to bend like that. The back of Amy Winters' boot touching the base of her skull. Hangman's neck breaker. Amy Winters quick. That speed she needs to utilize here against Janet Tor, but it might be too late for that. Looking to clean house. The spinning single knee backbreaker, bending Winter's spine and cracking it in half. 1, 2, 3. Janitor is going to homebound. Janitor cleaned up tonight, taking Amy Winter's spot in the number 1 contenders match this Friday at homebound. Things are looking up for the cleaner. I don't think the same can be said, though, about the Killer Queen. So we just saw the landscape of homebound shift. And the night is not even over. Still in our main event, we're going to see whether or not Akira will fill that 4th and final spot in the number 1 contenders match, or if her NGW career itself will be over when she takes on Tailcoat Val in that loser leaves NGW match. Charlie Garfield versus Blake Virtue. Anything goes. But first, our tertiary main event. French Pride, who last week fell out to the Prestige in the finals of the NGW Tag Team Title Tournament, going to get a chance to see what could have been as they go up against the NGW Tag Team Champions, the longest reigning ever, TJ Black, Jared Leon, Black Magic, and as always, accompanied by Joy Justice. They will defend their titles this Friday at homebound against the Prestige. The Prestige, beating French Pride, wanted to send a message after the match was over, continued to beat down Sebastian Vachon and Joseph Lance. Now it's a chance for Black Magic to respond. French Pride, who, as I said last week, I didn't give much of a chance in the tournament. But they surprised me and I think a whole lot of others by making it to the finals. And boy, did they come close, but Grant Morgan and Shane really just wanted it more. And I can't wait for the NGW Tag Team title match at a homebound. Prestige have been wanting this clean shot at the champs all season long. And they busted their ass to get it. Meanwhile, Black Magic have been dominating the scene ever since they captured the titles way back when at Fast Track. And even though they aren't the ones going to homebound, French Pride victorious here. No doubt they'll be named number 1 contenders after homebound. They know that. That's in the back of their heads. They also know who they're up against, a team that has beaten them before. The longest reigning NGW Tag Team Champions No matter how many times I see them come out here, it doesn't matter. Always sends a chill up and down my spine. TJ Black, Jared Leon, and Joy Justice. A stranglehold on the NGW Tag Team Division all season long. Team after team after team has attempted to step up to the plate, and they have all been knocked down. Will the same be said about the Prestige? Here we go, non-title matchup, French Pride taking on Black Magic. Just a little less than a week away from their title defense against the Prestige at homebound. Sebastian Michon starting things off against TJ Black. And a tilt-a-whirl DDT is one way to get things started. Sebastian taken by the arm, dragged out towards the center of the ring, and just gets shin right upside the head. European uppercut, forcing TJ Black. Take a few steps back and exposed for that DDT. Tag to Joseph Lancer-Leon. Puts hands on TJ, pulls him up. Slap of the century. What a slap that was. There's got to be some anger and French Pride that they let themselves fall short last week. And a wise man once said, it's not how you fall down or how many times, but it's how you pick yourself up. And French Pride, if they're smart, they know what a victory here over the champions will do for them going forward. Wheelbarrow stunner, tag to Jared Leon. He's got to be in a much better place ever since Bloody Justice was found and brought back home. I know the Justice family was in pieces while he was kidnapped and taken away by Levi Marta. Now able to focus fully on defending those tag team titles. Clothesline into the corner. Jared Leon now grabbing the boots, flinging him up into the air. Unceremoniously back down into the mat. Goes after the leg with a stomp to the thigh and then an elbow to the inside of the knee. Arms out wide. I think at this point, Black Magic is becoming cocky. Good reason. They have a right to be, but at the same time, as champion, you have to be ready for anything, and you need to be at your very best. And when you get cocky, when you start to let your ego take over, you let yourself relax too. You start to think you're untouchable. Uranagi by Jared Leon. Every time he hits that, I'm afraid the entire ring will collapse. Single underhook suplex. Into the corner goes Joseph Lance, and not a place you want to be when you're against Black Magic, because they are cooking up the potion. Hooks the leg. One. Oh, it very well may have been a 3 count. Sebastian Michon going so far as to knock out referee Poe to keep that pin from happening. Man, Poe is not having a good night. It's a rough one for him. one after the other. Down across the back of Lance. Irish whip into the corner. Oh! I don't think he meant for that to happen. Irish whipping TJ Black into the corner, but he bumped Sebastian Vachon off the apron while he was mocking the crowd. Chop block doesn't fully connect, but got enough of it to do the job. That's Black. Got in mind here, nothing pretty. Tree of Woe setup. The blood rushing to the head of Joseph Lance. And look at how TJ Black just swaggers over to the corner. Sebastian Vachon, no choice but to retreat. He doesn't want to get disqualified. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the unholy one with the coast to coast. Busting Lance wide open. An aggressive pin. 1, 2, 3. Black Magic with a dominant victory tonight over French Pride. Message sent to the Prestige. They better be ready. Black Magic put their record-setting, historic NGW Tag Team title reign on the line this Friday at Homebound against the Prestige. Will their reign of terror continue, or will it finally come to an end at the hands of Grant Morgan and Shane Ridley? After that performance, I'm not so sure. Before we get to our main event here on NGW TV number 50, where Tailcoat Val will go one-on-one with Akira, and a loser leaves NGW match. Things are gonna get ugly in our co-main event as the Lone Wolf Charlie Garfield returns to the ring to go one-on-one with the Rising Star champion Blake Virtue. Months and months Garfield spent on social media sending shot after shot after shot at Virtue, threatening him, but those threats manifested into reality a couple of weeks ago after Blake Virtue retained his Rising Star Championship at Sage Autumn. Garfield would rush to the ring with a kendo stick in hand and wail on Virtue, keeping him out of action last week, and who knows what sort of injuries he may still be dealing with heading into this one right here, right now, and how he's going to carry himself in the 8-Pack Challenge this Friday at Homebound, where he defends his title against Charlie Garfield and 6 others. But if anybody can do it, I wholeheartedly believe it is Blake Virtue, because ever since he's captured that title, he's been a fighting champion no matter who, no matter when. And I think he's up for the task. But I say that now, after this one, Blake Virtue may be scattered around that ring in pieces. Charlie Garfield has a thirst that can only be quenched via the blood of Blake Virtue here tonight on NGW. The Lone Wolf has been hunting and he's found his prey. He's talked a big game, and he came out here and showed everyone that he's more than talked 2 weeks ago, but now it's time to back it all up when he actually stands face to face with Blake Virtue. And here he comes, valiant until the end. only 2 weeks removed from a vicious beatdown with a kendo stick. And that was immediately after a hellacious defense against Sage Autumn. And only a few days before he puts his title on the line against 7 other men. The Rising Star champion, Blake Virtue, marching to the ring for another fight. This is something that Virtue has been waiting a long time for as well. Salivating at the thought of finally getting his hands on Charlie Garfield. Rising Star Championship is not on the line here between these two, but it will be this Friday. The question is, will Blake Virtue even make it to homebound? Vice versa, will Charlie Garfield? This is anything goes. No countouts, no disqualifications. Both these men signed a contract that they can't be held liable for what they may do to the other. The only rule is that pinfall or submission can only happen in the ring. No feeling out process here. I don't think any of us expected that. Face first off the top turnbuckle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. We've seen Virtue get this type of way before. Just become a different person. It happened in Toronto against Brett Curtis. He was pushed and pushed and pushed until this beast came out of him. And I think that's what he needs against somebody the likes of Charlie Garfield. Bringing him into a Tequila Sunrise modified instead of going for the leg. Targets the arm with a Fujiwara modification. Garfield gets out of it. Flapjack off of the fireman's carry. Grabs those long, luscious locks, bringing him up onto one knee, and now walked into the corner himself. Payback is a B-I-T-C-H. So much hatred between these two. Stomp under the armpit. Blake Virtue. An arm drag, forearm smash, backing Garfield up into the ropes. The hell is this? Oh! An excellent setup, guillotining Garfield on that top rope. And speaking of top rope, caution to the wind. Oh my God, Garfield saw it coming, steps out of the way, and Virtue got all of the outside. The Lone Wolf taking out a table now. But didn't realize that Virtue was back to his feet. Reverse DDT down onto the knee. Does not false count anywhere, but these two can play at ringside as long as they want. Garfield relishes in this type of scenario. This is what he loves, having the chance to do whatever he wants to an opponent, but at that same time, he risks those very same things being done to him, as we just saw right there, getting his face smashed off of the barricade there. Back into the ring we go. The only place that pin or submission is legal. Punch to the back of the head, and again. Up over the shoulders. Going to use that turnbuckle as a weapon once more. Modified snake eyes and then double knees right across the sides of the head. Can't ask for a much more perfect setup. Double guns. Locked and loaded. Finger on the trigger. The Rising Star champion with an elbow to the top of the head. That could cave someone's skull in. Reverse DDT. Virtue is not stopping. Bop, 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 just firing off. Now a regular reverse DDT. Garfield needs an answer. Anaconda Vice! Anaconda Vice by Blake Virtue! How amazing would it feel for him to force Charlie Garfield to tap out? But those exposed knees to the back of the head give Garfield the opening he needs to pounce on. Northern Light suplex, arm raised high. Throwing Blake down, disrespect. With the lateral press to pin. Only a 1 count. Virtue straight back up to his feet. Garfield circling him like a great white shark in the deep blue sea who smells that blood and goes in for the kill. Blowing on his knuckles. Old school fish drop from Brett's rope. A stomp to the face. Charlie Garfield doesn't just want to beat Blake Virtue here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to disfigure him permanently. He wants to break him mind, body, and soul. And then he wants to take that Rising Star Championship at homebound. Single knee to the chest. These fans are on their feet. Virtue. 450. Double knees. Double knees. They have cracked every single rib in Virtue's body. And another knee. Scoop slam. Virtue gets himself free. First DDT, and now he knows that he can't afford to play around any longer. Super kick to the knee. Shining wins at the last shot. 1, 2. And Virtue looks to referee Poe, clapping his hands, saying, "No, that was a 3. Tell me that was a 3." As blood drips from Garfield's head, that cut across his forehead. 450 this time connects. May have done just as much damage to himself in the process. Modified Russian leg sweep. Garfield, I don't know if he's all with us right now, although I'm not too sure he's got all of his marbles at any given time. This man is a true psycho. Blake Virtue apart, but walked right into that side effect. Hooks the leg. Could he steal it? 1, 2. 3 count continuing to elude him, but his spirits never dampened with these fans behind him. He thrives off their energy. Roll up, kick to the side of the head. Charlie hoping to find some refuge in the corner. I don't know if he's going to get it, though. Cautiously approaches. Does the champion. Arm drag takes him down. And all Garfield needed was 1 chance. Single underhook DDT. 1, 2, 3. Charlie Garfield has just pinned the Rising Star Champion. The Lone Wolf came to collect tonight, and indeed he did. Blake Virtue with his head hung low. This is a stinging loss for the champion, but he's going to have to pick himself up, dust himself off, because this Friday at homebound, he's looking down the sight at Charlie Garfield and 6 other men when he defends his title in that 8-pack challenge. It has already been an unforgettable night here on NGW TV. number 50, the last episode before the biggest show in NGW history this Friday at Homebound, kicking off Ascendant 7 weekend, but it is not done yet. Our main event coming up next, and one of these two women will no longer have an NGW career after tonight because it is loser leaves. Ken Donahue had enough. He put his foot down. He said that he's got the higher-ups breathing down his neck, a performance review coming up because understandably it feels like he's losing NGW to Tailco Val, the inmates running the asylum, as he said himself. But he doesn't want to just fire Tailco Val. He's giving her a chance to survive here. And Akira, well, I said it myself, others have said it. She can get the job done, but not when it matters most. You look back to England when she challenged Sunny Octave for the Women's Championship. You look back to more recently and her qualifier for the number 1 contenders match at Homebound. So Ken Donahue said, I'll give you another chance, Akira, but you're going to have to put your career on the line. If you win, if you do me this favor of getting rid of Tailcoat Val, I'll give you the final spot in the number 1 contenders match at Homebound. But if you lose, then maybe you're just not cut out for NGW. I said it earlier tonight, I hope that Akira is ready because Tailcoat Val is one of the craftiest individuals to ever step foot in a wrestling ring. Her puppets, Corrosion, the Val Gals, and of course, Ashley Rain, who hasn't been seen since a few weeks ago when she laid hands on Ken Donahue after the match between Nucleo and our general manager. But here she is, all by herself. Most people in most situations would think that's a good thing, but to me, it gets me worrying. Like, where is Corrosion? Where are the Val girls? Where is Ashley Rain? Akira knew that she had to take this opportunity, though, presented to her by Ken Donahue. Because I think she believed in herself. If she can't win these types of matches, the big ones, then why is she here? On any given night, Akira truly is the baddest bitch in NGW. But when it comes to the top of the mountain, she climbs and climbs and climbs, but ultimately slips and falls all the way back down to the bottom. The inevitable puts her career on the line, all for a chance to earn a shot at the NGW Women's Championship. Akira, not the most likable person you'll meet, but I don't think there's a single person that isn't on her side. Ken Donahue watching from the back, the entire NGW locker room, men and women. Everyone at home waiting with bated breath to see if this is finally the end of Tailcoat Val. Or of Akira. Loser leaves NGW. Tailcoat Val, Akira. Referee Poe rings the bell, and let's get it on. German suplex by Akira straight out of the gate, and then a kick to the gut while Val is down. We've only seen Tailcoat Val actually compete in the ring on a handful of occasions. She's more comfortable pulling the strings from the shadows. And we're seeing that difference in in-ring aptitude early on. Akira is just throwing Val around the ring like a rag doll, Irish whip. But don't get my words all twisted up, because when Val is in the ring, she has shown us that she is just as dangerous physically as mentally. Oh, and see, I knew it! I knew Tailcoat Val was gonna pull something like this. So who's it gonna be, huh? Corrosion or Ashley? Wait a minute. Ashley Rain? Wait! Ashley! She's attacking Val! Yes! Sunny side down! Sunny side down! Ashley Rain is back! The small but mighty one has returned! 1, 2, 3, and Akira wins! Yeah, baby! Tailco Val, say goodbye! Ashley Rain! The real Ashley Rain is back! Hitting Tailco Val with sunny side down. And that allowed Akira to make the pin, earning her spot in the #1 contenders match at Homebound, and more importantly, ending Tailco Val. See you later. We won't miss ya. Whew. Could you ask for a much better way than that to end a show? Ashley Rain is back. Tailcoat Val is gone. And Akira is going to Homebound. Homebound, which is this Friday, my fine feathered friends. You do not want to miss it. So if you're not following me yet, make sure you do so that you get that notification when I do go live. Thank you as always for tuning in and watching along with me. This week, Supremacy is going to be on Wednesday because I have to work tomorrow and Tuesday. More than likely, starting next season, my schedule is going to shift around permanently. But for now, since there's only not that many weeks left with 2K19, I'm just going to stream when I can. So Supremacy will be on Wednesday. Homebound on Friday, most definitely. And then, like I said earlier, I don't know whether or not I'm going to do day 1 of Ascendant 7 on Saturday and then day 2 on Sunday, or just do them both on Sunday with like an hour break in between. I'll let you know as soon as I have a hashtag confirmed it. But until then, if you would like to be a part of our show, communityuniverse.4motion.com is our website. ! Join in the chat will give you a link. ! Join. Yes, and as well as Twitter and Discord will give you links to our social media. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday night. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.